I am rooted in my purpose. I'm connected to my body.
Peace, love, and light. We are here with Purp30 today. We're talking all things kitchen alchemy, high vibrational foods. So tune in. Please ping your friends. Please ping your family. We would greatly appreciate it. We're just waiting for our guests to come in and vibe with us. Thank you guys for coming in. Thank you. Hi, Portia. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Eli. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to be talking about the power of kitchen alchemy, how high vibrational food your spiritual journey. Hi, Purp. How are you?
Peace and bliss to you. I'm doing amazing. Grateful to be here. How are you?
I'm well. So grateful for you to be here. I'm doing well. No complaints. So excited about the gems you're about to drop.
Yes.
All right. Well, again, everybody, we're here with Purp30 the Energy Healer. We're going to be talking all things the power of kitchen alchemy, how high vibrational foods translate into your spiritual journey here. And I have my pen and my paper here ready to take notes. So if you don't, I recommend that you get that. This is going to be some high vibrational conversations. So I guess I'll go into our welcome. So we're going to welcome you guys to our crystals, meditation, and energy healing. This group was started about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, and it grew so quickly out of nowhere. And I took a long break. I got pregnant, took a long break. I felt like I kind of low key had to choose up either my personal rituals or social media, and I kind of gave all that up and just to kind of focus on me and my family, and Clubhouse was included. And when I came back, my group was at 11K members. And so this is me being consistent. This is me giving my love to you guys for following our group when we really weren't putting that information out there. And so now, crystals, meditation, and energy healing, we're discussing all things self-love, all things self-care, all things self-development. We use this time to be selfish, to enjoy growing within ourselves and within our community. Each conversation, we bring on someone who is respected in their community and someone who's really doing that inner work, that walk, that spiritual walk. And, it ain't an easy path out here. And so this is why we're having these conversations, and we're bringing on those people who really are, doing what they're supposed to do. So thank you guys for tuning in. This is a very small, intimate group. So, I really don't tell you guys to ping your friends and your family that much. But if you can, please do. Again, these conversations are high vibrational. These conversations can really help others. So ping everybody if you can. But if 5 people, that means if you got social media, that's Facebook, Instagram, let's see, Snapchat, Clubhouse, all of it, ping one person to each and just let them know we're having this high vibrational conversation with Purp30, and she's dropping all the gems about kitchen alchemy. And so please follow her, follow me. Again, I'm the creator of this energy exchange. Follow our guests. We would greatly appreciate it. If you recognize the Clubhouse algorithm, you're already used to how this works. But if not, you want to be liking pages that you like, that you highly respect and that you want to see more of, because those will pop up in what they call the hallway. So like this page, hold down your picture, love this room so people can know that we're talking high vibrational things. And so with that, I'll go into our gemstone of the week. So with these gemstones of the week, you guys, this is me as a crystal retailer doing my work in education, because I notice a lot of people will buy these crystals, put it around their house, throw it in their purse or something, and it collects dust. You're not really using these to your benefits. And so with Crystal of the Week, the gemstone of the week, we're giving that information so you can know how to utilize it, or just know what to do or what type of stone that you have. And so we kind of started off with some basic stones, and so tonight I want to talk to you guys more about a stone that's not so known. It's called Vandanite. Vandanite is a stone of energy conservation and healing. It enables you to bring order out of chaos, and it gets you get space. Well, and if you get spaced out or suffer panic attacks, it will bring you back to earth. So it's a grounding stone. Vandanite encourages you to prioritize. Excuse me, you guys. Prioritize your tasks and your work schedule when you have demands on your time, resources, and money. It's a money magnet. So we are used to things like green, aventurine, pyrite, but Vandanite is a money magnet, and it's a strong stone. It vibrates with the energy of the cosmos. So if you're familiar with Vandanite, it's a sparkling red orange energy stone. It operates with channeling inspired work, so art. So if you're into music, if you're into just creating, if you're in tech and you're creating a gadget and you're looking to get grounded, to put energy into that, this is the perfect stone for you. So this stone is great for energy workers, because if you work and you're involved with intuitive work or psychic readings and channeling and things like that, it provides you a stamina to connect to both sides. That's life, and then that's death. It grounds you to be able to connect and vibrate higher. So it's a great meditation stone when you're trying to enhance the spiritual world in grounding. So that is my brief description about Vandanite. We have started a blog on our website, which is spiritualgardenhealing.com. So you can find more information about Vandanite there. And with that being said, I'm going to see, Purp, do you have anything about Vandanite, or you want to add anything to that?
No, I just took down notes because I've never even heard of that stone. When you were describing it before you said the color of it, I was wondering if it was like a red or an orange stone. So I'm definitely gonna look it up and get me a piece, because that productivity is really, really important.
Yes, thank you. It's actually a rare stone, so not a lot of people, well, I hadn't seen a lot of metaphysical stores in the area with it. So it's a great stone. Again, I have information on that on my website. So with that being said, you guys, I'm going to introduce the speaker. So I personally relate to this conversation like on 1,000. I've been really in this industry, and really, I call it high vibrational foods. What she calls kitchen alchemy, I call high vibrational foods. And I've been on this journey since 2016. And it was rare to see anybody. Like, my family used to laugh at me at Thanksgiving. Like, I used to be out here giving lectures about this. And so now, like, it really brings me like complete joy to see people really out there doing the work, and especially Purp. Like, she really is out here. They are nomads, so she is traveling. She is on the Matrix Dropout tour, and they're traveling all over the world, and really putting that information out. And they just got back from the ATL, doing some work there and celebrating Purp's birthday. So Purp, if you don't know, she is the owner of Wants Inc. It's an online metaphysical store that's providing custom waist beads and promoting body positivity, womb wellness, and spiritual evolution. She's also the co-founder and principal of the School of Sauce, an online school empowering children, parents, and just really the world through the art of music. Now, if you haven't, I went to her YouTube page. Now, Purp then drops the song, and it's hard, y'all. Y'all need to go check it out. Really though. Purp, I said, look, Purp, you and Kurt, I'm like, I gotta find me a studio around here.
For
Okay, she did
real.
that. I
you. Thanks.
Yes. And of course, she's going to be talking about her kitchen alchemy. So if you don't know, you need to go find out and register her for her kitchen alchemy workshops. She does a live maybe twice a month, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, on
That's right.
Instagram. And she's really putting that information out there, y'all. I be really tuning in. I be trying to blow up her comments. Y'all know I love food. So I really, truly enjoy that. She also does spiritual baths, spiritual cleansing. I mentioned the waist beads and the endorments. And today she's going to be talking to us about the 7-day Matrix Dropout Cleanse that they're going to be doing with her school. Again, she's the principal and co-founder of the School of Sauce, the School of Sauce. Yes, the School of Sauce. So please welcome Purp30, and she's going to be talking about all things kitchen alchemy.
Thank you for that amazing intro. Give thanks, give thanks, give thanks. And peace to everyone in the room. Like she said, I am the energy healer. I am the creator of Wants Inc. When you was talking about your journey, that kind of sparked me on how to even begin this conversation, because it did begin with me like just changing my personal life and having so many people around me that were like opposing to it, and I had to get more knowledge on what I was feeling. So the kitchen alchemy, it really is tapping into the energetics of what we're eating, opposed to just, dieting or eating just to have a taste for some food. So I did a lot of research on, first it was the chakra system, and then I just kind of delved into like what I was putting in my body doing for me, because I was suffering with a few different health issues. I kept going to the doctor. I had IBS, and I had depression and anxiety. And when you go to the doctor, they teach you. I mean, they just prescribe you so many different prescriptions that when you take one, you getting this another ailment after that. So I was just kind of tired of going through that whole thing. So I just started really paying attention to what I was putting in my body and started documenting how those things were affecting me. And the more that I did that, I could just see an immediate relationship with food and our health and your just overall productivity, your overall wellness, overall energetic levels, just focus levels. And it just took me down a whole rabbit hole. So for the last few years, I've been cultivating. I've always loved cooking. That's always been the thing. I literally used to have a cooking show in the kitchen when I was like 8 years old, like cooking up random things and just pretending like I had a camera in there. So that's always been something within me. And then it just, the last few years, kind of went deeper, because it wasn't just for myself. It was like more, like I said, on an energetic level. So if you don't already have your organic laptops, I would suggest you do that here, because I'm going to share a few of the things that I've learned over this time. So kitchen alchemy is something I had cultivated over the past few years, where I'm teaching the energies of food transfer with your body. And I do it on Instagram. When I do it on Instagram, I'm basically asking a guest to come in and exchange their energy with me as we create food and exchange energy through that way. Um, but I also do one-on-one courses where I teach people the energy exchange that's happening within their body, and also help cultivate a plan for them to, manipulate that. Because if you're eating something, or your lifestyle is changing, because a lot of us are having just wanting to eat healthier but don't know where to begin, or some of us are, like I said, having health issues that's being forced, like the doctor's telling you need to eat healthier, or you need to lose weight in order to get rid of these ailments, and we just don't really know how to do that. So I help create a plan and make it more less stressful, when you know that the energy exchange behind it, I feel like that is the it takes a whole load off your back, because it's not just, oh my God, I'm on a diet, I'm on this strict regimen. It's now I'm actually enjoying and creating, and it's like an art form when you know the energies behind it, outside of just eating. So and you're going to want to take notes on this, like I was saying, because essentially we're also having a powerful conversation about taking back the magic skills of our ancestors. Because for many years, our ancestors made do with what was given to them. And that's much like what we do today. Where we just kind of eat whatever, is provided. We might even tell our kids, you're going to eat whatever I have here. We going to, you know what I'm saying? We might have been raised on that, where we just have to eat whatever whatever is provided or closest or most convenient at some times, where that may not be the healthiest thing. And we also hear about it in like history stories about slavery, where they were forced to, use scraps, and ultimately where what we deem to be soul food now, it's like we're cherishing those scraps, or that alchemization of making do with what they had, even though it wasn't the best selection. Because even before that time, there were originals here on our land that were living off the land and were creating meals from plants that they either grew or foraged for. And a lot of times they would even eat animals that were sacrificed. So that's when we get into Aboriginal rituals and ways of living that's truly for survival, and not just for game or for pleasure or mass production type of energies. That they will really be sacred. They will be sacred type of situations where your energy is put into your land to create food, to provide for your family, for your tribe. You would grow these fruits and vegetables and whatever other crops to trade, and actually sustain, sustain yourself. Whereas, like I said, right now in today's society, we don't even know where our food come from. We really just going to the grocery store, or going to the closest restaurant, going to the fastest food, where we have totally disconnected from the original source of what is sustaining us. And to me, that's like a major attack that I feel like not has been strategically done. It's an attack on us that has been strategically done. And what I do with the kitchen alchemy is bring awareness to this, because the people that we're paying, the people that are creating this food, or creating these grocery stores, or even creating our clothes, the things that we need to sustain, they know about that. They know about the energy exchange. They're in direct connection with the source. And we have this, what I like to call like a sneaky little middleman, magic stealer in the midst of it all, taking that magic away from us. And we're just going and grabbing whatever is available to us. And when we're mindful of this, we can take that magic back and take back that power of connecting with our original source. And it's not only bringing mindfulness to each meal, but it's also bringing awareness to that whole system and the way in which we consume our food. Because from the farm to the table is now like a marketing strategy, where they're telling you that they're going to the farm and getting it, but you ain't got no connection to the farm. You don't have no idea what they farm look like. You don't even know nobody with no farm. A lot of people, should I say, the mass majority of people. And what not only myself but our school is doing is bringing awareness to that, and kind of educating us on these very, very ritual and organic ways of living. Like our last semester, we did biology. And we had our instructor taught us how to grow red cherry tomatoes. Just every one of our students had a choice of where they would create that, if it was in a backyard, if it was in a windowsill, if you know what I'm saying, they found a little plot excuse me, we actually put intention and set intention together, where in our school is online, so it's families all over the country doing this at the same time, and gaining an understanding of that very, very fundamental skill of growing your own food and putting that energy into it yourself. Like, children have to learn this, and I don't know about y'all, I never learned about agriculture in school. I never really had that access to that information about us having a whole there's a whole system, a whole what's the word, corporations built upon this mindset of growing our food that we're not even aware of, you know what I'm saying? But we go to, we were taught to go to work every day and to kind of, like I said, enforce that sneaky little middleman magic stealer and allow that system to play. And what Kitchen Alchemy does is really just takes that power back, because people are really losing their lives every day because they have a hard time understanding the energy exchange of that's happening between them and their food, and not just physically dying, but they are losing their mental capacity to function. We're losing our self-esteem because a lot of our food is filled with steroids and all type of harsh chemicals that's really diminishing our physical beings and our ability to heal ourselves. And a lot of it causes anxiety and depression, the very thing that all of us going to the doctors for most of the time, and dealing with every day, is being fed to us through our food. And it's like that, those cancerous chemicals are being fed to us, and we're steady going to the doctor to get more chemicals and get more of this, and not really directing it to the source.
Is it okay if I just add something in there, Perp?
Yeah, please, I don't want to talk to myself.
And so look, y'all, it is intentional, like exactly what she said, it's intentional. And when you talk back about slavery, right, like that brought me to there was a class action. So I'm really big into homesteading and farming and agriculture, and there was a lawsuit. It's called Pigford versus Glickman. Google it,
Hmm.
y'all. It was farmers in Texas and Mississippi, more farmers in the South area, where they sued the USDA because they were giving them bad soybeans. So the
Mm.
black farmers will go buy from the USDA the soybeans just like every other farmer around there. So they'll notice all their black farmers, they're not growing. The germination rate is almost none. None of them are sprouting. And mind you, these people have acres and acres of land that they have to maintain with these crops throughout the year. And with that, they started noticing that the white farmers, they were thriving. All their soybeans were good. They documented that for years, and they won. It took up until, I believe it was 2020, before their family received a lawsuit money. And all these people have already lost their land and died. This lawsuit happened between January 1st of 1981 through December 31st of 1996. So
Wow.
these people fought and most likely lost their land to the government and got it seized because they were trying to prove that racism was starting in agriculture. So right
Mm.
then and there, the people who own the land structure, food is everything. Everybody wants to talk about being sovereign, but if you can't grow your own food, like that tomato plant that they were growing wherever they chose, that's number one. Because if anything happens right now, who can grow their own tomatoes?
Mm-hmm.
Who knows that there's over 20 varieties of heirloom tomatoes?
Mm-hmm.
Like we don't know that, and that's because it is structured for us not to know that. So, sorry. Back to you, Perk.
Thank you for that. Wow, that that just really shows how dynamic this is, because it's like I said, it's a direct attack. I feel like it's a major attack that's put on us because everybody eats. Everybody eats every day. That's the And not only does everybody eat every day, but what you eat is literally what fuels your cells. That's the building blocks of your body. That's what sustains you. That's what you live off of. You know what I'm saying? So if we get outside of this conspiracy theory type of thought and really just have a understanding that somebody else is controlling how you energize yourself. It's like you wouldn't go to the gas station. You would be really upset if you went to the gas station and you put 87 in your tank, but it was actually like some water. And that's basically what happens to us when we're not mindful of what we're intaking, when we just going and buying a burger, or even some of the fruits and vegetables, and even some of the vegan foods and things of that nature, when we're not really sure where it comes from, or the the origination of it, then we're putting that we're excuse me, we're allowing ourselves to be out of that control. It can be the same way as, like I said, someone telling you that this is 97 gas when actually it's just some water that you put in your gas tank, because you don't know what's coming through the pump. You have no idea where it came from. You don't have no idea who created it. You just going off of the label. And that's so, and you wouldn't do that with your car, but we allow that to happen with our bodies all the time. Because if it was your car, you would be paying attention to how it's riding. You would be paying attention to if it starts smoking out the back of it while you riding down the street 2 miles down from where you just got that gas. But how
And
mindful
yeah,
are we? Hmm.
exactly. No, you're hitting it, like, and especially you just talked about the label, right? So
Mm-hmm.
people need to be, y'all need to be reading these labels. I remember when I met my husband,
Mm-hmm.
I was so cautious of these labels. Oh my god, just like 6 years ago, he was like, "Why is you reading the orange juice label?" I said, "Because this is not real orange juice, and I don't understand why they trying to add all these different minerals to my orange
Mm-hmm.
juice or to my
Mm-hmm.
orange juice. I'm just looking for pure orange juice, you know." And that was his first introduction, and it's really important, because they don't even put most of all this stuff on the label.
Mm-hmm.
California, y'all know I'm into like research and the facts, right? California was one of the only states that was the closest to suing Monsanto to get things labeled. They lost because Monsanto, of course, is going to win. They were the closest though, but they worked for years and years to just try to get things labeled as GMO'd or non-GMO. Now you see that it's common, but it's like about 5 years ago on the labels, they weren't being honest with us. This has been a fight for years to get this information out there to really benefit from our health, because just like Perp said, everybody got to eat, and it starts there. And I don't care what the media may say. They may say black on black crime is the biggest crime. No, the biggest crime is diabetes, because that's what most black people are dying from because of the food that they're eating.
Diabetes, heart disease, it's it's really really an attack. And when we think about heart disease, now this is also something that I really emphasize, is chakra healing. And through your food, you can really heal your chakras through your food, because when you think of heart disease and you think of diabetes, those are directly connected to spiritual energies that our society is suffering from as a whole. We're suffering as a whole from lack of love for one another. When they saying it's black on black crime and it's so many killings and so much this and that, that's a lack of love for your brother and for your sister and for your families, and just in general. There's people just going crazy because they have no idea what love is, and then as a whole, they're dying of heart disease because their heart chakra is out of alignment. There's an imbalance of these hormones so much because there's, like she said, we're not reading the labels. And when we do get to reading the labels, it's wild how much they are feeding us without us even knowing. There's so many different names for sugar that I don't even know. Do you know? Okay, because that's that's like a statistic or something. Like, there's many names for sugar that you wouldn't even know.
Girl, no, you are telling the truth. Not me at the grocery store always got to Google something because I can't
Mm-hmm.
pronounce nothing and don't know what's going on. So if I can't pronounce it, I don't want to eat it, like, and it goes down to even the pasta that we're eating, like
Mm-hmm.
it's really important that y'all read these labels because most of these sugars and even the starches and the salts, it's something as simple as sodium gonna be put as something else, like, so it's just important for you to just take that time to research. That is, use Google while it's free, like really use
Mm-hmm.
Google. Pull up, we got our phones for a reason. Google it on the spot. It's not going to hurt you to wait those little few seconds to see what's in your food and to see what's a better option for you.
Right. And see, that's another thing that I really emphasize in the kitchen alchemy sessions is about going to the grocery store, because when I started this, I didn't have anything besides Google or just my intuition telling me to kind of go into these directions. And until I, got into the school and we have more professors and things to help me along this. But the grocery store was a anxiety attack waiting to happen for me, because I knew that there was so many things, and energetically, and this is why I'm called the energy healer, because I'm very sensitive to like the slightest fluctuation in energy. So I would go to the grocery store and I'm made aware of these like suggestions. It's so many suggestions, and that's an energetic attack that's happening to you when with all of the colors and all of the advertisement and all of these big letters. Like, these are strategic things that's happening to suggest a certain product to you, and they've put lots and lots of money into strategically selling you these things. So they're going to have sign, like I said, just because we unaware of how the sun and the moon and the time, the transits, and unaware of these color frequencies, they understand that. They understand that if they put up their advertisement in the color red or the color yellow, it will strongly attract you and connect you to your root chakra and keep you in that lower dense space. They understand that. But when we're unaware of it, then it's just feeding into it. We're unconsciously going to be attracted to it. So for me, when I go into the grocery store, I'm aware of it and I'm feeling it, and I'm like, whoa, it's so many things, you know what I'm saying, suggesting me. So I had to really cultivate a system on how to get in and get out, know what I'm looking for, know what a suggestion is compared to something that's purely 100% what I need for my vessel. Learning to understand that when my body is having a reaction or a craving for something, understanding that that's its communication with me energetically, that it's in need of something, because that's what our body is for. It's not just out of whack, you know what I'm saying? That's why I said when we have these illnesses and we just go to the doctor and tell them what it is, they're just treating a symptom. They're rarely treating the actual cause of it. That's why you end up needing more prescriptions on top of more prescriptions, because those symptoms may be contradicting one another. And your body, go ahead.
So I just got a question for you. So what would be your recommendation to starting like that first step to kitchen alchemy? Like what would be that first step to somebody like, you know what, I'm ready to start my journey? What would they do?
Honestly, I would do this 7-day cleanse, because what I've created in this 7-day cleanse is a way to pinpoint the natural energies through colors, through the chakras. Then you can get in alignment with your purest energetic self. So like I said, when you're having these cravings, you can actually be like, oh, or having these feelings, if you're down, if you're upset, or if you have a tummy ache or something of that nature, then you will already know I may be imbalanced in my solar plexus. Then I know now what foods are connected to the solar plexus. I know what body parts are are connected to the solar plexus. And it's so simple. This is literally what we're giving the children. This is what we're giving the children. So I will really suggest starting there, because it takes away all of the in, intricacies that we all have to go through when we're going on this journey. It really just breaks it all the way down right from the beginning, because this is all stuff that I didn't know. I just felt it, and that's what I had to end up learning after trial and error, and I just put it all in one place.
So then, that was great advice. So y'all already know, I got her website, the Soft Spot 414, up at top is linked. Go ahead and check out the 7-day Matrix Dropout Cleanse. But so you talk on live about like just the transition with your family and the eating. Like, can you kind of go in depth about that? Because I've experienced that, and I'm gonna be quite honest, I don't be caring. I tell my I tell my family, F them. Y'all need to stop eating like this. This ain't right. So how did you, you know, transition with your family through the process?
Well, I tried. I tried. I was a little bit because I'm a Virgo, and you know, we coming like somebody grandma, and I'm trying to talk to my grandma and my mama like I'm they mama and they grandma, and they really wasn't having that. So I really had to just embody it for myself, and had to show them what I was talking about, instead of steady trying to tell them, don't eat that, don't eat that. No, I had to come in and make this bomb vegan sandwich that make them be like, what? That's big. I had to come in, and that's why I do the kitchen alchemy on live with different vegan chefs, because I really want to showcase how magical it is to eat healthy. Like, we ain't lacking in no taste. I'm not over here just eating grass and whatnot. Although I
Thank
know if
you.
I
That's
have
what I'm
to,
saying. Perp, tell them again. Why they be thinking that, girl?
right. But I do know that if I have to, if the grocery store shut down, if I was left out in the forest, I would know what I can and cannot eat, and I would be okay. I know I whip up some so cold, some berries and twigs that you'll really, you know what I'm saying, think it was a full course meal, because I'm understood the energy exchange that happens. It's not just, and I understand that flavors come from plants. That's where the real flavors are at, and it's an art to mixing them and meshing them together. So for my family, I just had to showcase that, because they all love my cooking. Like, that's what I've been doing all my life, is giving love through cooking for them. So when I started just transitioning the ingredients, I had to just get real creative and sneak them, sneak it, and not tell them like, oh, you need to stop doing that, and because that backfired on me. That really backfired on me, having a little waggy finger at somebody, trying to tell them what they need to stop doing, even though my mama had a heart attack, and I'm steady telling her all these ways that she, is really not helping herself.
You're right. Telling anybody anything won't help, and I completely understand where you're saying. Again, I've been doing this, like, before I got certified in 2016. I had been plant-based already for a few years, and my family used to really like kind of stress me out, because I'll go to family events and they're like, you really not going to eat this? And it was hard because there was really nothing there for me, so I had to learn to maneuver and adjust. And unfortunately, my family, I don't care what I cook for them. They're like, girl, we don't want that many greens, like, so they really
Mm-hmm.
weren't that much interested. And so now here we are in 2022. And this is why I feel we're having this conversation, because I really have my family contacting me, and they are very interested, But now I ain't gonna lie, I'm not as like soft about it no more, because I'm like, nah, now we in 2022 now, baby. You gotta get it right. We gotta we time is ticking now. Time is ticking
No,
now. You
for
gotta do
real.
right by your body.
Nah, for real, I'm gonna direct them straight to that same link that you got up top right there, and you can learn that way. That's where I am at this point. If it's not, I had to get to the point where I'm gonna show you, because this is proven in my life now. These things are proven in my life, and I had to go through a lot of research and development to get this information that is proven. And so I also have to make sure that people are invested in themselves with it, because this knowledge is not for the weak. This is not something to just feel like it's a fad diet that people flock to, fad diets and whatnot. This is literally a lifestyle change that has to happen, a mindset shift that has to occur. Not just, oh, I'm gonna eat berries every day, and then my whole life gonna change. No, you got to understand why you eat these berries, where these berries come from, what days you need to eat them to get the best most out of it. What does it do to you when you eat them? What does it do to you when you fast, when you don't eat anything? How beneficial that is for you. This is a lot of information that people have, what I'm saying, dedicated their life to. Me, for instance, I've dedicated my life to this. So now I'm just, that's another way for me to be example of it, instead of just telling them. You know what I'm saying? If you want to hear about it, go on my Instagram. But I'm not gonna tell you nothing. I don't even. That's why I am on my nomad journey, because I wanted to go away and go to experience different vibrations. I already know what it feel like at my family cookout. I don't even need to experience that no more. I already been there, done that. They ain't nothing really there for me. And when I show up with what I got, everybody ain't really on that. So I'm gonna go out and spread my wings to the world and come into alignment with people that already have that like mind, or are looking for that, because there are so many people out here that are looking for that, or willing to invest in themselves to get this information. So that's really where I was at with it. Like, okay, y'all, the ones that rock with it, y'all know where to find me. But
Yeah, I love that. And you are doing the work though. Like, and so you're right. If y'all want to catch any of this, y'all can come to my page and see it, because you are an example, a great example at that. And I love that you guys have your school. I'm a homeschooling mama, so I love it. It's so beautiful to
yes.
see the work and the music that you guys are putting out. Can you kind of tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. So the school is based off of my partner, the Sauce Guy's book tape. He created a book tape called The Divine Mathematics. And he also has a book tape called Matrix Dropout. So the Matrix Dropout book tape goes over alchemy, biology, astrology, divine mathematics, our story. It has all of those courses within the book, and he also has a song that goes with each one of the subjects to really just affirm the information. So with the book tape, we basically created a curriculum out of it. But the school started for us in Milwaukee when my friends just started a co-op, and we just taught the children based off of the curriculum out of his book tape, and it just really been growing from there. And that's why we went on the road and started meeting more people that were interested in it, because the people in my city, they really were into it. So we wanted to see who else were interested, and we started getting instructors from around the world who specialize in these subjects. So they're all our instructors that teach the children and their parents. And it's just been growing, man. It's been growing, and it's it's been empowering, because like this is another way that I can see what I've been, learning. Because we had learned about all of this metaphysics stuff and veganism and plant-based that and chakras, and even about the crystals and energy healing and meditation. But when you're actually around people and connecting with people that have this as a lifestyle, and you could see the transitions that happen, and the expansion that happens, and the elevation that happens every single day, it's been amazing. It's been amazing.
Yes, honestly, I'm seeing it. I'm gonna have to go ahead and get me my little book tapes because I need to put my family on that because just
Mm-hmm.
I've been listening to your guys' music. Just recently, you guys know I went to your mixtape event, and I just like honestly, I'm to myself. I'm married to a Virgo. If he don't even like to leave the house, anything you see, I'm usually by myself because my husband don't want to go with me. So I be in the house, and so just to go out and experience just people who really are out there doing that, I personally love that because those are the only type of people I like to surround myself with. So I love that. Are the kids is the next generation. So we are digging to make to get to the ground and dig the seeds or whatever, but our kids are going to be planting the seeds and watering the seeds and manifesting everything. We're doing the dirty work right now. We're getting the garden ready, but the
Right.
kids they're the future. They're going to be the ones really manifesting the footwork that we're putting in right now. So they may not understand that they're singing these songs about the 11 laws and all these things, learning
Mm-hmm.
about kitchen alchemy. They don't understand right now, but they will, because they're
Right.
being brought up in this. And when you're brought up in this, that is your armor right there. That is you getting ready to go out and do the work that we need to help build our community and ourselves. And you guys are doing
Exactly.
it, and you guys deserve your flowers, and I respect you guys. And Purp, I know you always on the background end, and but you right there, girl, I see you, and I love what you're doing. The kitchen alchemy, it really speaks to my heart. I really love it. I'm gonna keep tuning in. I'm gonna keep sharing it because everybody needs a piece of that, honestly.
Gratitude, because just like the food, like everybody got to eat. That's why the music industry has been so saturated with these low vibrations, because the music is another way that we get programmed easily. It's seeps right into our subconscious. When I think about the music I was listening to when I was 4, 5, 6, R. Kelly, and the things that has done to our subconscious as a whole, as a culture. um and then we think about generations before, the music, the powerful music from the 60s and the 70s, and those influences was for decades, you know what I'm saying? So to be able to and plant these seeds, like you were saying, to plant these seeds of such a high elevation, because he has some of the most profound information in a song that you just bob into. You have no idea what was really being planted into you. Like for every term, like I said, our first term was astrology. There's a song about all of the zodiac signs. It's about the seasons. This song's about the body parts and how it's connected to each zodiac sign. And the children can dance and sing to it, and really and understand this information. At the end of our first term, they were able to draw and interpret their own natal chart. And that's something that is the first thing that people get woken up to, like, whoa, what? And trying to understand this. Now just imagine having that knowledge at 6 years old, 4 years old, because our school starts from the ages 4 to 17, and then the parents have to take a course as well. So just imagine, had you have known about the the transits, or the characteristics of your zodiac sign when you was 6 years old, trying to make friends, and you would ask your friend at 6 how what their zodiac sign was. Then those are things that could really change the dynamic and the potency of our relationships and just our life in general. Then our second term is biology, and there's songs that go with each of those and connect them to the chakras. There's a yoga pose for each one of the chakras, and it's just like all of these things that we really, really, really have like really deeply tried to get access to on a late, like we on a late show with this. These children have access to it, and I'm really excited about to see where they go with it just 10 years from now.
Yeah, and frequencies and music and just in general expands a child's mind. And so I'm a
Mhm.
birth doula, and it's recommended, and I did this with both of my children. I played nothing but classical music while I was
Mhm.
pregnant. Nothing. I told them I don't want to listen to not one word or nothing. Nothing's like every words are binding. I just want to listen to classical music, and that's what I did. And I really do feel like it had an effect on my child, because here now my child is 3 years old. Talk about, look, mommy, look at Saturn. She's able to
Mhm.
understand her solar systems. She's been knowing her ABCs and knowing the sounds before she was one, and so it's really
Wow.
important for us to give our kids that solid foundation, that solid ground, start them off just being different, and it sucks that I'm saying being different, because a lot of these kids, like, we're raising them and they won't be able to relate to anybody else. And that's the importance of your school, because
Mhm.
there's other children now they can relate to. Because my child, she over here, she's an Aries, trying to teach her other kids in the class about what this is and what zodiac signs is, and she's trying to tell her, she's like, well, I'm the first zodiac sign. And they're like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Mhm. Mhm.
And and it's just, if she had somebody who can relate to that, that will broaden. Your school is important. Me as a parent, I look into your school, so I appreciate what you guys are doing with that information. So I see we don't really have that many people on, but if you have any questions, Malika, I'll let you come up. Just raise your hand. But Perp, if you want to say any last things or want to add anything in there.
Nope, that's pretty much it. We talked about it all. I just wanted to emphasize. Oh, woo, wait. Pardon me. I'm trying to get some nice air out here, but they loud.
That's okay.
Um,
Like, my
but
kids looking at me, they like, can I talk now?
But yeah, nope, that's all I had. Thank you for having me on and sharing this information. As long as it reached one person, that's really it, because you will have set up an amazing space to give the workout, because that's really what
Yes.
it's about.
And yeah, and these are very small intimate groups, so I don't really do no resets. I don't really do all that. I really just focus on the conversation at hand. And though people will come back and listen to the replay, I'll take this, and I do put the audio on YouTube to try to get as many people to hear it, because to me these are lectures. This is our work.
Mhm.
This is what we stand for, and even if it hits 1 to 2 people, those 1 to 2 people are getting those gems, and it can change their life if they really apply it to their life,
Right.
so if people really take this, they and run with it, they don't know what to do with it. So but everybody, please tune in and listen to this replay, because it wasn't that many people that's tuned in. But listen to this replay. Get your pencil, get your paper, write things down. Click this link. Go find out how you can join the 7-day Matrix Dropout Cleanse. It starts, I believe, tomorrow, right?
Yeah, the 7-day Matrix Dropout Cleanse starts tomorrow, and our alchemy term, which is a 9-week course, starts on September 26th. There is still time to sign up for that at the
Go
link.
register. You guys, go register. We're having high vibrational conversations, eating high vibrational foods, being conscious parents, conscious people. So do the footwork. So thank you all for tuning in. Thank you, Perp, again, for contributing and dropping us with them gems. I appreciate you guys, and have a good night.
Good night.
Good night. Peace.